and she pulls into a Taco Bell and she parks and gets out of the car and walks inside and orders a taco and comes back outside, sits in the car with one taco and eats it. Hey party people, welcome back to So Square and Cubed. I'm Jamie. Hi! I know you've seen the title, I know you've seen the thumbnail, and I know that you are interested and dying to know, why did I get dumped over a Taco Bell taco? That's what today's video is about, but before we jump into those juicy, delicious Taco Bell taco details, I love you guys and I love making content for you guys. And I've also noticed that more people who are not subscribed to me than are subscribed watch my content, which I really don't mind, but if you'd like to subscribe, you won't miss any of my awesome fun story times, like being dumped over a taco. So if you're seeing this right now, don't forget to go down below and hit the subscribe button. Optionally, you can also hit the bell if you so choose, but it doesn't hurt my feelings either way. And I also wanted to remind you guys that you can support me on Ko-fi and Patreon. I do have those and they are live. That'll just help me buy better equipment and just kind of improve my channel all around. Also, if you have something you want to know more about me, if you just want to talk and connect outside of the YouTube sphere, you can find me on Instagram and also Twitter. I don't have anything else because I don't really know what else there is. There's TikTok? Should I make a TikTok? I don't know. Also, do not forget to comment down below. What is the dumbest reason you have either broken up with someone or been broken up with? Because I can't be alone in getting dumped over a taco. But it isn't just a taco, is it? No, it's way more than a taco. So let's get into it. Back when I was working at the sporting goods store, this was 2016, we'll say, there was this girl who worked at the cash register. She was cute. She was bright blonde, she was tall, she was skinny, she was nerdy, she liked playing Dungeons and Dragons. She was perfect. We start hitting it off and soon we're dating. And I'm super pumped about this because like I'm maybe like a 5 or a 6, but she was like an 8. Minimum an 8. At least at the time that's what I thought, but now I have more information, she's probably like a 0. However, physically, she was an 8 to me. So I would do this thing when we were dating. I would pack a whole suitcase, like a suitcase, and I would stay a week at a time at her place. Her apartment barely had any furniture, which was like kind of weird, but you know, whatever. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Now at this time, I was super broke because they had just gotten rid of my position that I was working and changed it to something else. So I'm extra broke because my hours have gotten cut, but then I'm extra broke because I'm a college student and the semester had like just started. There's a lot of things you gotta buy as a college student. There's books, and also there's books. So I'm extra broke. So this is one of the weeks I drove over. I had my big old suitcase. I was like, I'm gonna stay a week at your place. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna play video games. We're probably gonna make out a little bit because you're hot and I like you. And so far, it was going pretty good. I think I'd been there about like 2 or 3 days. It really hadn't been that long. And one day I wake up for class and I'm like starving hungry. Now, at this time, I hadn't spent a whole lot of time at her apartment, so I didn't really know like where stuff was, like food. So I tried to wake her up and be like, hey, can we make some breakfast? Because like I'm hungry and I have to get ready for school. And she, in the nicest mean voice possible, as I'm trying to wake her up, just goes, shut up, and goes back to bed. So I'm like, whatever, doesn't matter. I have to go or I'm gonna be late. And during this time, I was taking one of those classes where if you're like 5 minutes late, they mark you absent, and attendance score is a thing for some reason. In college, hey, quick thing, if I'm in college, you don't have to mark me off for missing class. I am an adult human being and sometimes things come up. You know this, you're a professor. Anyways, so I'm getting ready to leave. My gas is like not it. And this is back when in Texas, I think gas was like $4 or $5 a gallon. So I was like, you know what? It's whatever. I have $4 in my bank. I spent 2 of that on gas and I spent another $1 on a candy bar so that I could have something in my stomach. Now, I was a math major and I do have a bachelor's degree in mathematics, but you don't need to have one of those to know that 4 minus 2 minus 1 is 1. So I had $1 left in my bank account, and I was like, whatever, it's chill. Like, I'm vibing with the world right now, it's fine. And then my classes, which ran from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. said, you're not vibing, you are starving, you need food, you idiot. And they were right. 10 hours, I had nothing but, I think, a Snickers bar to eat. I was still super hungry, like to the point where I could feel my sugar dropping and I was starting to get like a little shaky. So I get back, and when I ask my girlfriend at the time, I talk to her and I say, hey, I'm hungry, let's make some food. And she goes, we don't have any food, even though her fridge was full of random crap, so we need to go grocery shopping. Not a big deal. Grocery store's 5 minutes down the road, let's go. Oh, I don't want to go to that one, she tells me. I want to go to the grocery store that is 16 miles and 20 minutes away. Now, my lovely girlfriend at this time, her car could not go on highways, which inherently meant that we would be driving my car to go 16 miles or 20 minutes away for groceries. She insists that we take my car that I had just put gas in, $2 worth of gas, by the way, and then has the audacity to get upset with me that my car is low on gas. And then she doesn't even offer to pay for gas. And she was mostly upset because how dare I let the gas in my car get so low when I know she's gonna need to use my car. And mind you, like, we met at work, and I wanna say it was like maybe a month later she got fired. I don't remember for what, but I'm pretty sure it was because she had a really bad attitude at work. So this whole relationship, she doesn't have a job, isn't making money, and isn't applying anywhere because nowhere is her dream job. And you wanna know what she asked me to do? She asked me, actually demanded, that I drop out of school, take out credit cards, and pay all of her bills. She also told me that I should get not just a second job, but a third job too. She also asked me if I would give her my car, not sell. She didn't want to buy my car from me. She wanted me to give it to her. Anyways, so much is happening. So we're on the road, we're getting close to the grocery store that is again 16 miles or 20 minutes away from her apartment, and she goes, I'm feeling a little hungry. And she pulls into a Taco Bell and she parks and gets out of the car and walks inside and orders a taco and comes back outside, sits in the car with one taco and eats it. So I say, hey, I'm really hungry. I don't have any money. I haven't eaten anything all day. Would you mind spotting me for a taco so I can just have something? And oh man, that was the worst question I could have possibly asked her in that moment of time, because she snaps and she tells me, what makes you think I have money to feed you? Tacos at Taco Bell are like $1.65 or something. They're not that expensive, but go off. So then I kind of recognize where we are and I say, hey, we're really close to my house. How about we just swing by there and I can make myself some food, and that way neither of us has to pay for it. And that's the second worst question I could have asked her, because she snaps again and she goes, what makes you think we have time to stop at your house so you can have a snack? I hadn't eaten in like 10 hours. It would have been a meal, not a snack. You dumb bitch. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know what is going on inside of her head. I don't know why she's being this way. And we get to the grocery store and like, things have chilled out a little bit. We're kind of like cracking jokes and having an okay time, meaning she hasn't yelled at me in about 5 minutes. And then she comments about liking some like old people food. Like, what are some old people foods? Like prunes or like wheat germs, stuff like that. And after she says that she likes it, I'm just trying to like poke fun at her and be like, oh, so you like old people food now? And it's like very clearly joking and it means nothing. And it's not to be taken seriously. This makes her lose her mind in the middle of a grocery store and scream at me about how rude I am, how disrespectful, how mean and nasty I've been to her all day. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut my mouth and not say anything the rest of the time we're here, because clearly you just don't care about anyone but yourself and you can't take a freaking joke. And this ended up being the basis of our whole relationship. She was selfish and had no sense of humor. Finally, we walk our happy little behinds up to the cash register, we start checking out all of our stuff, And mind you, I've been quiet pretty much this whole time, so none of the stuff that we are purchasing is gonna be something I'm eating because I don't live with her. I'm just staying a few nights over, right? And not only that, but this whole time she has also very clearly spelled it out for me that nothing she purchases is for me to use, to have, to eat, nothing. The total rings up. And it's $120. And she goes, babe, I only have $80 in my account. Can you cover the rest? I only have $1 in my account. And I told her that while we were driving on the way. I told her that at Taco Bell. I don't have money for a taco. What the hell makes you think that I have $40 for your groceries? So then I reiterate, I only have $1. I spent the rest on my gas and on a candy bar so that I wouldn't be hungry throughout the day, and then turns out I was hungry anyways. Then she flips her lid again about how dare I be so selfish as to spend my last $4 on myself and not consult with her first. So then she goes, fine, whatever, and starts telling the cashier what to put back because we don't need it. And mind you, one of the things that we purchased, quote unquote, that she decided not to put back because it was a necessity, was a bottle of wine. What? What? She refused to put back a $13 bottle of wine, but she put back the bread and the meats and the cheese and her pasta and everything else that you can actually make a meal out of. And she doesn't even drink. So as she's deciding what items she doesn't need because they're not a necessity unlike her wine, she gets mad at me that I have stopped bagging the groceries, which I stopped bagging because you're trying to figure out what you want to put back. I'm not gonna bag items for you to then go, I don't want that. Why'd you put that in a bag? I'm clearly not having a good day. My blood sugar is low, I'm starving hungry, I'm just in a bad mood, and my girlfriend has been a bitch to me the whole day. And then we start putting groceries in the trunk of my car. As we're doing so, she notices that a leaky bottle of antifreeze has leaked all over the trunk. And by all over the trunk's probably about like got this much space, and it was leaking in like this half. Of course, the human thing to do is throw a gigantic temper tantrum about how I'm trying to poison us and the antifreeze is gonna get all over our groceries and kill us if we put it in the trunk. And I'm so irresponsible to be driving around with car fluid for my car, and how this is all just like to spite her. And she's literally like upset. More than anybody should have been. She demands that we put them in the back seat of my car. Okay, cool. That's where I would have put them anyways. And she also demands that I sit in the back of my own car to make sure that the groceries don't fall over. Also, how would the antifreeze poison you when you have plastic bags wrapping up all of your groceries? And my solution to this was I had a garbage bag in the back and I was just gonna lay it over everything. But no, that wasn't good enough. I had to be banished to the back seat of my own car and hold these groceries like a little mama chicken bird holding on to her babies. Finally, we get back to her apartment and I'm upset to the point where like I'm already crying because I've just had an awful day. All I want is to go home. I don't want to be around her right now because whatever is going on in her head, it's not stopping anytime soon. Now, I'm crying partially because of how rude and mean she's been to me, and I'm also crying because I have low blood sugar, I haven't eaten, I feel terrible, my head is pounding. So because I feel like crap, I lay down on the bed that we have been sharing for like 3 or 4 days now. And she comes in to ask me what's wrong, as if she doesn't already know. And then when I try to explain to her how mean and cruel she has been to me all day, she loses it. Loses her entire mind. All of it. She starts screaming about how she can't believe I'm upset over a stupid taco and how all I am is just a selfish, nasty, cruel little bitch that she can't believe she's dating. And then to top it all off, she starts screaming at me because how dare I lay in our bed while I'm crying because somehow that's gonna get her sick. I don't know. I don't have logic for that. I don't have logic for any of this whole situation. And she's not just like screaming at me as I'm laying down on the bed. She's like walking to a different part of her apartment and yelling about something that I did and then walking back and yelling at me again, and then walking away and yelling at the wall about how terrible I am, and I'm tired of it, so I just go in the bathroom and I barricade myself in there with my own physical body so that I can just cry for a while. She starts pounding on the door and screaming, "Get the hell out of my apartment, I don't want you here, you're nasty, you're abusive," all of these words that, like, dude, I just wanted some food. Like, that's all this was, is I just wanted some food and to be treated nicely. So at this point, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten in over 12 hours and I feel like crap, I feel terrible. I pack up all my stuff and I go sit outside her front door waiting for a ride because I know I can't drive home. While I'm outside waiting for my ride, who knows to pick me up in front of her apartments, she opens the door to scream at me again that I need to get the hell out of her apartment, which I was already outside of, before she calls the cops and have me arrested for harassment and stalking. Like, she's unhinged at this point. I say, screw it, I don't want to be arrested over a taco. I have my backpack on my back, I have my suitcase trailing along behind me, and I have my laptop bag on my shoulder, and then on top of all of that, I have a separate purse. So I have 4 bags on me, and I just start walking down the road, which is right next to a highway, and I text my ride, and I'm like, hey, change of plans, pick me up here, this is where I'm gonna be. After I've left her apartment, I've been gone maybe about 10 minutes, I get a text. And the text basically reads, "You're ungrateful, you're selfish, you don't want to do anything that doesn't benefit you, you want everyone to do everything for you, and we are through." I can't believe someone got that upset in such a short amount of time when the person who should have been upset, me, was cool as a cucumber and cried for maybe an hour out of the whole day. Anyhow, that's the story of how I dodged a massive bullet, and I would love to say that that's the end of it, except we're still friends, and then I dated her again 2 years after this. Oops! That's how I got dumped by my girlfriend over literally a taco, except not really a taco. All in all, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoy the storytelling format. It's really fun for me. And I really like getting some of these stories out there because some of them I can't believe happened to me, and I just need someone else to witness them for a little while. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Other than that, you guys, thanks for watching this far. I love you. Stay cool, stay cubed, and I will see you next time. Mwah! Toodles!